This is incredible. If you want an idea of the scale of the crisis, Biden admits more than one illegal immigrant for every 2 U.S. births since taking office. Horrendous.
It's crazy.
And the subtitle is exactly
how
on the line
can't
of...
see.
Yeah. The subtitle here is exactly on the lines of what you said, Di. The subtitle here is, quote, net immigration increasingly drives population growth and accounts for all population growth beginning in 2040. The CBO predicted. I don't know who the CBO is, but I reject that notion.
Globalization nonsense of like trying to mix the demographics, or just like I just don't get it. Like, and I don't know how anyone can't see what's going on.
And you couple this with just like declining birth rates and
that they're advocating for.
Yeah, outlook not good. I mean, yeah, the declining birth rates are a product of people not getting married and not wanting to start families and being career focused. Yeah, that ruins.
I think it's also about just an unhealthy economy.
We had this conversation earlier. We had this conversation as well earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Enough,
yeah,
where it's like
you two talking about marriage and having children. Incredible.
No, but it's like actively pushing women into the workforce, like keeping them occupied and busy during their most fertile years. Like it's very much bit by bit intentional what they're doing, and then at the same time, when they get what they want, which is a declining birth rate, they push the whole narrative like, oh guys, now we need immigration, and they're really trying to push it with Japan, and Japan's like, no, we will not have that be the answer. But it's becoming more and more of a problem.
Yeah. The immigration wages, along with inflation and improper spending and taxation, and that's all another story. But all of these things, like cumulative, lead to people being able to afford less and less, so they feel like they can't have a kid, so they choose not to have a kid. On top of communist rhetoric, it's just these compounding effects that all these people are getting pushed down their throats, and people aren't having children anymore, and it will be the decline of nations at this rate. It's not going to be by a attacking force. It's not going to be by nuclear wars. It's going to be by the country simply collapsing under its inability to sustain itself. That's all it's going to be.
The family unit literally can't be like. You can't rely on just one income for a family anymore, right? Like the woman, a lot of the times, or whoever's in the family has to work. They can't survive without that, right? So that's the intention. Keep them both working. They can't, like the woman can't stay home, can't produce children, can't do the house up. And even if they do, you get children that are neglected because they're both working so hard, which then they go towards the education and are raised by the state and then fed this propaganda. And all,
it's all of this stuff working together.
Literally, sterilization of children is like rampant right now with the whole trans movement. It's all together, all of it.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say that the divisive times are kind of like overblown, and this. I wouldn't say though. I wouldn't say so. I think if you ask anybody in America, there's very few that are going to say that they're happy. And I think at the root of it all is just the government up their lives. So we're gonna see a big reform. There's gonna be a big reform in the near future.